This is for my first fight ever.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, fuck it. Another 2 and I'll be fine. So I took like 6 shots, right?
6?
That's the magic.
6.
That's the magic number.
Oh, you fried.
We're coming from weigh-ins.
Saturday night though, right? Like you had already rehydrated at this point?
Oh, let me see. I was 138, 139 when I walked into the cage, so I only rehydrated like 3 pounds.
Oh.
So dude, I wake up and look, I hit this move, right? Like I wake up and I'm like,
That's the long night.
yeah. And then like, dude, I'm thinking like the whole time, the whole camp. I remember that whole camp. I was like, dude, he's not even that big. Like everybody's hyping him up. He's not even that big. When I saw him on Saturday, I was like, oh fuck, he is that big.
First of all, Ilia done knocked off everybody I believed in. Who that is? Thanos.
No, we actually
We
might actually right now be in the presence of
the next Connor.
Fuck the next.
No,
Connor,
he can't be
bro.
Connor,
Like,
bro.
The greatest, bro.
Connor was racist and nobody cared. That size don't matter, bro.
That's true.
He beat Charles up real bad, right? And he gonna do that probably. If Paddy fight him, Paddy gonna die. Justin Gaethje they gonna have to bring a mortician for Justin Gaethje. I got.
Hey, don't do my dog Justin Gaethje.
I got
like
Roofy.
that.
I got
He's
Roofy.
Mexican, bro.
Roofy's still down the line though. What is up, guys, and welcome back to the Will vs. the Way podcast. So today we're going to be having a guest on, my teammate, my brother, Mario Bustos, an amateur MMA fighter out of Houston, Texas, who's been having a lot of big fights here lately for Fury UFC. And him and I fought on the same card just about a week ago, and now we're here having this talk with you guys. Keep in mind, we, of course, know each other in real life, and so we talk a lot on this episode. So it is about an hour and a half, but I will leave timestamps below so that you can go to the parts of the video where you are most interested. However, we're going to be getting into the backstory of Mario Bustos. We're going to be talking about his correlation with martial arts and everything that's kind of gotten him to the point that he is right now. We also will be reacting to UFC 317, where Ilia Topuria just makes history by knocking out Charles Oliveira in the first round like he said he would. And on that, we'll be discussing if this is really the best 3-fight win streak that we've ever seen in the history of MMA. But like I said, guys, check the timestamps down below. Be sure to check out our Patreon for more full episodes of The Will vs. the Way. And thank you guys for tuning in to the #1 uncensored MMA podcast in the world.
You know, I've met Brandon Moreno.
I bet he was cool.
Brandon Moreno was super cool. He's tiny though.
Yeah,
he's tiny. Yo, I stood next to him, but at the time also too, I was like 180 pounds.
For sure.
So I was like big, and I was like fat. And I'm like, bro, I'm short.
I understand.
180, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Man. You used to be 180 pounds.
Bro, it happens. It happens. Just look, I know. It happens.
When I joined the gym, I was 170.
It happens.
And you walk around at what, 165?
Like 158.
Yeah.
Bro, I was 180. Like 170 at a time.
How tall are you?
5'10", 5'11".
You taller than Noah, right?
But he's
A
been
little
up
bit.
to like 250, 230.
Yeah, I'm probably late. Yeah, 240.
240.
The heaviest I got on the scale ever. And it's funny because, I mean, you can attest to
For sure.
whenever you're like slim or you were like skinny before and you start getting fat,
It hurt.
you can't tell until either tell me the truth, yes or no. You're gonna attest to this right now. You go and like
That's crazy.
you go by the mirror and you're like talking to somebody and then you turn around and you catch yourself for a split second without realizing and you're like, oh,
I'm big as hell.
Fuck. Dude, I'm fat. Like,
I got big. Bro, I noticed when like my big clothes start fitting. Like the pants that just fall down, them hoes are stuck. I said, damn, these hoes not even moving. Not even that. I don't even got time no more. Like
that's crazy.
and then this how you know for real. I'm gonna tell you how you know. When they get you gifts, they get you big double XL. A double. And then it fit. Oh, damn. But I play football, bro. So but I ain't playing football no more. So I don't wanna be big. And you know when you get older, it's harder to lose it. It'll stick.
Yeah, nah, it was probably like within like 5 months that you lost all that weight.
Quick.
But he lost.
Oh, it's coming back.
Yeah, he was 230 when he got to the gym.
Fact.
And then he went down to
170.
180.
Yeah.
He was like 180.
I was 170 for 2 days.
He was 178
for 2 days.
And then he
I started
like
drinking
20 beers before CGL. Some stupid shit.
Bro.
He was supposed to be a whole weight class below.
This is why I can get don't rely on your athleticism. Because it don't work, bro.
That's all.
It's going to be a moment where somebody going to take it away and then it's like, oh, damn, what else?
Well, look, I don't know if Noah told you my last fight when I fought Angel. So, I don't know if I got this shit wrong or what, but somebody told me, I don't know if it was Jason or if it was somebody else, Professor Jason, they were like, if you're nervous before a fight and you can't sleep. It was my first fight against Rosario. It was a John Jones versus Miocic fight, I remember. And I was at Raciel's house, Ray's house, and they had a party, and like the whole time I was like, no, I'm good. And then like towards the end of the night, it was like 10, because you know like the main event starts like around 10:30.
Later down.
Dude, I started getting the shakes, and I started getting like anxious, and I was just like, I need to calm down. I had a bottle in the car, so I was like, tomorrow after I knock this dude out, I'm gonna drink. And I was like, dude, I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight. I go and I grab it, I take like 2 shots, boom.
For sure.
I'm chilling. Then Jones is about to fight, and I'm thinking, man, this is gonna be his last fight. Like, I need to enjoy it.
You was right.
I took another 2, right? And I was like, okay, like I'm good. This is the first. This is for my first fight ever.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, fuck it. Another 2 and I'll be fine. So I took like 6 shots, right?
That's the magic.
6?
That's the magic.
6.
That's the magic number.
Oh, you're fried.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're fried. No,
I'm still rehydrated. It's Saturday.
Yeah.
We're coming from weigh-ins.
It's Saturday night though, right? Like you had already rehydrated at this point?
I was 140. Oh, let me see. I was 138, 139 when I walked into the cage. So I only rehydrated like 3 pounds.
Oh.
So I walked in there, and like honestly, I'm gonna tell you the truth. It wasn't as bad as the second fight, because on this one, like, there's something that I've told like my cousins and like my nephew. They look at me and they're like, oh,
yeah,
like we want to fight, and they're like, how do you feel when you get there? I'm like, honestly, as soon as I get there, driving there the whole time, I'm not gonna lie, like, I wouldn't say I'm scared, but I'm anxious. Like I have like a feeling where I'm like, this shit's about to go down. Like I'm about to throw down right now, and I have to like lock in. And like I'm driving there, and I'm driving there. My girl's not driving there because she gets anxious driving on the highways, and I'm like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna drive there. I'm getting there. As soon as I make that U-turn under the freeway, I'm like, fuck, it's about to go down. Then I get there and I see Noah, because Noah's been in my corner 2 times.
Yeah.
And then Jason's always there. As soon as I see him, all I do is like, I go like this.
It's time.
It's about to go, and then like all my nerves leave. Everything like goes away. Everything is
crazy. Once you do that breath, you know what that is? That's you getting present.
Yeah, it's like you realize you're there and it's time.
You accept it.
And I'm like, you know what? Like I've prepared so much. I've done so much. Like I've sacrificed so much time. I have like little girls and stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? I spend a lot of time training with these guys and spend a lot of hours with them. And I'm like, hey, this is what it's for. And I go in there and, you know, I do my thing. But this not this one. This one I didn't drink at all. That's why I feel like I got like a little bit like, I had like a little bit of fucking. I broke the ritual, and I asked Mikey and I asked Jason in the second round. You know, I shot for the fucking take. Oh. Dude, I never shoot for takedowns. And I got tired, and I saw him throw that big left hook. Yeah, and I went under, and I was like, hey, fuck it, I'm here, let's go. And then after that, I was just like, dude, I'm tired. I'm gonna keep going for takedowns because he doesn't want to strike with me. So if I'm like engaging in the takedown, he's not gonna want to go. And
this is your So all right, I think we're on it, right? Okay, so so what's up, guys? Welcome back to the podcast. Of course, this is episode 79 of The Will vs. The Way, brought to you by me, your host Noah, the casual himself, T. Will, our co-host. And our guest for today, Mario Bustos.
Sir.
So for those of you who don't know, last weekend, me and Mario both fought at Fury FC 105. And that's kind of what we were just talking about. We're kind of just talking about the experience and everything that kind of went down that night. And you were, where were you at? You were talking about...
I drank before every fight, and then on this one I didn't drink, and I got tired in the second round. And I'm not saying like, oh, I need to drink. I just got to cut that shit out in general, but... It was just funny, I was explaining, because like in the first one with Rosario, I drank 6 shots. And then the last one with Angel, It was the Tank Davis versus Roach.
Mm-hmm.
Frank Roach when they fought. And like I remember that day, like my homeboy came through, and I don't know how much time I have left with him. He's fighting like a murder charge, and he came to my house.
Man, sorry to hear that, bro.
And he was like, hey, like let's drink. You know, like he was like, I'm gonna go to the fight, but like let's drink. You know, I know you drink before you fight. Like let's have like a couple shots. And like 2 shots turned into like 4 shots, then 6 shots.
Fraud.
Yeah, and then like I'm still rehydrating, bro. And I'm small. I'm not a big guy. And then my parents were like, hey, come watch the fights. We go over there, and like I'm already like 6 shots in. And I'm like, okay, like I'm calling it. Like that's it, it's done. And then I pull up, and they're like, bro, my dad had like 10 people over, and they like, bro, they all support me. You seen how many people I get to go to the fights and stuff. And then they're like, hey, let's just take one just for like good luck for tomorrow. And they're like, and I was like, all right, yeah, I'm down. So I take one, and I'm like chilling, and I'm tired already. It's like, bro, because you know the boxing fights, they run late. They run too late, and they're long. And, dude, I remember I was laying down on the couch, and my parents have like these electric couches where you can like push the button, and it like lays you out. And I'm like laying down, and I'm like falling asleep, and it's about to start. And my dad's like, hey, you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm good. I was like, I'm just chilling. And then everybody was taking like a shot, and my sister like making like TikToks and stuff, and I was like, all right, I'll take one. With everybody in it, I took another one, so that's 8.
8.
And then my dad had a little thing of like Don Julio, 1942. But it was like I thought it was a single, but it was a double. So I grabbed it, and so now I'm like 9 in, and I'm just like, dude, I need to cut it. And I remember like my girl was like, I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna make you pancakes and bacon and sausage, and I was like, okay, cool. So we go home, I wake up and it's like 9, and I'm like, dude, we gotta leave by like 10:30, 10 o'clock to me. I know you're always late, asshole, but I'm always on time.
You're not even on time, bro. You get in there early.
Yeah, I get there early. I like to I like to avoid stuff. And
you be getting it late?
I be mentally preparing, dog.
That long?
I wake up, dude. I wake up, and look, I hit this move, right? Like, I wake up, and I'm like...
That's the long night.
Yeah, and then, like, dude, I'm thinking, like, the whole time, the whole camp, I remember that whole camp, I was like, dude, he's not even that big. Like, everybody's hyping him up. He's not even that big. When I saw him on Saturday, I was like, oh, fuck, he is that big. That motherfucker's big as hell.
Oh, he's big as
bro, Angel's fucking jacked, bro. Angel told me he walks around like 175 outside of camp, bro. So he's cutting like 40 pounds,
bro.
bro.
He used to be like a bodybuilder or something.
Yeah, he was like a bodybuilder before. Like, he hit like the gym and stuff, and then he started doing MMA.
You said 40. There's no way he's still like that, because he's fighting often too. He fought one time in between.
Well, he has 2 wins after, and I'm thinking like, you know, like
he fought on our card as well.
Yeah, he fought on that. He was the first fight. He got that first. It was like a slip.
It was like a armbar.
Yeah, he went for the slip triangle, but then he missed out. The guy scrambled out, and then he got the armbar. It was nice. But I was just like, dude, I woke up and I was like, oh, fuck. This dude is big as hell. And I was like, I'm not going to lie to y'all. Like, driving to that fight, I was like, what if I just tell him I'm sick and I can't make it to the fight? Like, but I was like, dude, I already sold like 60 tickets. All these people are coming to watch me. And then it was funny because my dad's friend that was there that night pulls up to the fight right there early with me to get in line. And he's like, let's go. Vamos campeón, which means like, let's go, champ. Like, you got this. And once he said that, I was like, bro, yeah, I do got this shit. I was like, man, fuck this dude. And I hit my little, fucking went in, and I fucking took care of business.
Dude, so, okay, alright. I kind of want to go back to, or I guess go ahead of that fight. So your next fight is on the same card as me, right? Fury FC 105.
Damn.
And I'm fighting before you, right? But before we even get to the venue, from your perspective, I already kind of talked about my perspective on like the last episode, but like from your perspective, what's the morning before a fight like?
So this one I did it right. I didn't drink, so I woke up clear-minded. I woke up like sane, and not only that, like I woke up with confidence just because like
for sure
I put in so much work. Like on this one I did like, dude, I was doing boxing sessions on Saturdays like at 6 in the morning. I don't wake up. I was waking up at like 4:35 to go and train, hungover, right? To go and train.
Yes, sir.
I don't even wake up at 4:30 in the morning to go to work. I wake up at 6. every day to go to work. But here I was waking up like 4:30 and I was like committed just because I was like, dude, I have natural like striking, and then like if I had boxing, it's gonna like make me even better. And I feel like in this one you saw, dude, I was throwing like I had never done it before. Before it was just 1-2 or 1-2-3. I was throwing like 5-piece combinations, 6-piece combinations, like.
That's when you were having more of your success.
Yeah, throwing it inside of the pocket. I was inside of the pocket.
Yes, sir.
And there's like this one clip that they have where like I threw like a 1-2-3 and then I weaved one and I went under and I threw an upper. It was an ugly uppercut. It wasn't nice. But I went around and it went through.
Yeah.
And dude was tall. I think dude was maybe even a little bit taller than you.
I think he was, you could tell he was kind of like, what's the best word I can use? Scared. Like when he kind of figured out who he was.
You say that, but I feel like everybody who like is in that ring and gets hit by him, they usually are.
Dude,
like,
it's so weird. This is something I've been talking about with my friends and stuff.
Little ass nigga, dog. Little as hell, but when you hit, you feel like a brick.
It's so weird because I told this. I think I was talking to my cousin and my nephew about it on Saturday because we were watching the fights.
Yeah.
I was just like, dude, every time that I've gotten in there with Rosario, as soon as I hit him, he went straight to like, and this is something that I was drilling with you the whole camp, remember? Tell me or not, did I not do like a good ass imitation of him the whole camp? The whole camp, bro. The whole camp, it was like, he would land like a beautiful, because you know, this motherfucker got hands. Facts. And he's long.
Facts.
Boom, boom. And then I would go straight to the little, he does these little like, I call it like T-Rex arms, where like you hit him and then he like comes in and he tries to grab you.
He tries to grab
you. That's a bad idea.
He goes for like double unders right away.
Yeah, that's...
And then I'm like, against him, I was like, hell no.
That means he know he about to get hit. He just got hit.
No,
like
but that's exactly what it means. Though.
Yeah,
he knows he's about to get hit even more after the combination, after getting connected.
A lot of grapplers go to that. Like once they get hit and they can't see the guy, they start trying to feel him. That's what it is. They're trying to just grab anything they can do.
It's a bad idea, though.
You saw what it works. Sometimes
it works.
Sometimes.
But
like if the person's not expecting it, you get to the hips, their hands are still up trying to swing or whatever.
Then you get a nice takedown.
Yeah, but when someone's throwing an uppercut or someone expects the grappling scenario, then it don't.
And then what happens if you get on the ground and it's cold? Oh.
Hey, at that point you were cooked from the beginning, cause
it was over with.
At that point, you should decide the cut.
It was over with. It was over with. It was over with.
For sure.
But yeah, it was just it was something wild.
Yeah, because we're talking about the morning, right? Yeah, like I know for me, morning went like super slow. Like I like to wake up early. That way I could like go through my thought process, go through my shakeout and everything. And like you said, like by the time you are like leaving the house or that you get to the venue, you're just kind of like, let's go. But I always, like every time, my body knows when I'm about to fight. Like you've been mentally preparing, visualizing and stuff all throughout camp and stuff. It knows what it's about to go through. That's why I feel like the weight cuts become easier because your body knows I gotta get down to this weight. But then also, like, I'll wake up. As soon as I wake up, I can feel like my body shaking.
Yeah.
Like that little, like, their nervousness, like a little bit of fear or whatever, and you're just like, okay, well, I just get through. And that routine, like, helps to just, like, start easing.
For me, no, I don't know if you would understand this. I don't see it. It might be a little bit of fear, but I don't like to call it fear. I like to call it, like, anxiety for fighting.
It's more like excitement.
Yeah, because it's not like a... Bro, because if I was scared, I wouldn't fucking do it. It's the third time. How many... You got 6, right?
5.
5? Mm-hmm. Dude, if I didn't like it, I would not be in there.
I like how you said the word anxiety, though, because you... Like he said, that nervous energy, but you say anxiety, because anxiety's definition of that is not knowing what the future is going to hold.
Anxiety is not fear.
Yeah, you just don't know what's about to happen next.
Anxiety can cause fear, but it's not fear. For me, it's more of like all right, I'm about to do this, and then you watch fights the night before, and crazy stuff happens, and then you're like, okay, anything can happen. But then you're like, it's good to have those double thoughts, because then at the same time, you're like, I can reassure myself, everything that I did in this camp, everything that I've been doing, all my preparation, is built for this. So like, in a moment, and I'm gonna tell you something after in a little bit, but in a moment, like, yeah, there is doubt, but then you reassure yourself. It's like, nah, this is what we're here for. This is what we do. Like,
yeah, no, for sure. You definitely are constantly. Like, anytime you have those kind of negative thoughts, it is important to just counterbalance it with positive thoughts. And then everything, and you wouldn't be able to do that if you weren't prepared, because those negative thoughts ultimately would supersede all the fucking positive ones because you know you didn't prepare.
Yeah.
When you've prepared and stuff, I feel like you're able to talk to yourself and stuff like that. But I would call it fear, dude. I'd call it fear because it's not necessarily fear of that other person. It's like fear of the unknown. It's fear of fucking slipping on a banana peel.
Failure.
And the fear, of course, of failure or whatever. But I feel like that fear, it helps you. Or at least it helps me. Helps me not to go in there and do something stupid.
Yeah.
It helps me just to stay on guard or whatever. And like fucking, who is it? Customato, Mike Tyson's coach used to say, like, it can either cook for you, right? Fear is like fire. It can either cook for you or it can burn you and everything else around you, right? It's about how you control that fear and that anxiety. And it's like there would be no courage or bravery without fear.
Yeah, of
right?
course.
So it's like, I feel like the fact that you're scared to do it, but you still step in that cage and go out there and do it, it makes you like, I feel like that's what makes fighters so special.
Yeah, I think also too, if your braveness and your will beats the scariness and you're not actually scared, it's just like a feeling of like,
For sure.
it might happen, but it's not gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Having that reassurance in yourself. It's like John Jones says, like those butterflies in your stomach, you need those. Because that's what pushes you, because that's what pushes me. Yo, when I went in with this last guy, dude, he was taller, and honestly, he was tougher than I thought. Because I cracked him with some fucking shots. Dude,
Yeah.
I cracked him with some
He
shots.
got his.
And then I was just like, dude, I hit him with this, I think it was in the first round. He threw a kick, and I caught it, and I've been practicing that catch. Catching the kick, throwing it, and then throwing like a
Mink.
combination right after. And I remember I caught it, threw it, just like we fucking trained. Boom, catch it, throw it. I hit him with an uppercut and then a hook right after, followed. Bro, his eyes went back.
Damn.
And he just he looked right back at me and just like shelled up. And like, you know this.
Now you could see everything in there, dude. You could see when their eyes, like,
Bro, that's crazy.
Crack them with a good shot. Even if they're not rocked, their eyes go boom all over the place.
Oh, I know.
And you could feel. Like,
Oh, I know.
You could feel. You could see all
You see
that
how you
shit
laughing?
when you're there.
You see how you laughing?
Why you say I know?
You see how he laughing? Oh, I know. But this dude hit me with a question mark kick. He was throwing hard ass leg kicks, bro. I'm trying to catch one of them, right? Well, I tried to catch one dude, wasn't up. Boy, I looked at him in the eyes, and my body was like, and I couldn't stare straight. He doing this, he laughing and shit. This shit not funny, bro. Didn't help me at all. I'm fucked up. I just get on one knee. I said, "Dad, give me a minute, bro. Give me a minute. Fuck me."
Oh, that's with him.
He did that with me.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, no, fuck me. This was in the gym.
Throwing hard. It just landed.
This whole hit me right here. It's on him. I'm looking at this, you know. Fucked up. Can't, bro. That shit's crazy, bro.
You know who hits me like that all the time?
Who?
Mikey's bitch ass. Mikey fucking hits me so hard
I'll be
sometimes.
going at it, dog.
Me and Mikey be banging, bro.
I always see
Yes,
y'all going
sir.
at it, dog.
Yes, sir.
But I love that shit because it's like Mikey's like maybe like an inch or two taller than me, but Mikey's like big.
Mm.
He looks like skinny, like you see his
No,
face.
he was
you see
bigger.
him with his shirt.
He was
yeah,
bigger
yeah,
at
yeah.
the time. Yeah,
I've
he was
seen-
bigger.
But I'm saying, like, you see Mikey and you're like, oh, he's not that big.
No, it's
And then, dude, you get hit with that, and he doesn't throw it like this or like this. He throws it like this, like down.
you can't see it.
Oh
can't
man,
see that shit.
so many times where like he's gotten me with it, and I'm just like.
It pissed you off.
No, it doesn't piss me off. I get sad because I'm like, damn, I got caught. And then I'll be like, man, that didn't hurt me.
Yeah.
But I was
That shit
fucking hurt. I was on bandit legs. I was up there trying to fucking stand up.
Oh, this is my dog. That's Penny.
What up, Penny?
Don't even mind her, bro. Man, shut up.
Hey, man, we trying to
Shut
record.
up. Go ahead.
Go.
Yeah, bro, they like people, dog. I hate people, dog.
But yeah, dude, it's been so nice, like, joining this gym. No one knows this. I don't know if you know this, but I was at like 3 gyms before. I
Really?
started off at like Helion Gracie, and I started off with Cyborg Santos. Do you know?
No, who's that?
Cyborg is the one that
You remember?
I've
MVP.
I seen his fights.
Yeah, I started off with him,
Was he
and they were
good?
like OG shoot the box,
Oh.
and like at OG shoot the box, sparring was fighting. Like you always had to, and I just started, and they had fighters there and everything, and like, dude, I remember we used to go, and I'm just starting. I don't even know how to like.
They trying to whoop you like.
Bro, I used to go home with like black eye. I was like 18.
It's not supposed to be like that,
18, 19 before
Yeah,
like I
yeah.
even had my kids,
Mm.
and like I'm going in there and like I'm going with like dudes that are big. I'm small. I'm not that big, bro, I used to go in there, boom, boom. I used to land my punches in there, boom, get my shit rocked. And I used to go home and I was like, oh, okay. So, like, I just have to get better. But that's the way Shoot the Box used to train back then.
Yeah.
Like, it was just, like, ass whooping after ass whooping until you didn't want to get your ass whooped no more.
What year was that around?
So, I'm 27 now. I'm about to be 28. I was 18. So, I'd say, like, 10 years ago. Like, 2015, 2016, around that time. That gym closed down after, and then I joined Elite. And when I was at Elite was cool. Like, they have, like, the octagon and everything in there.
Oh, that's tough.
But it's just, like, it's pay for play. You know what I'm saying? Like, for the belts, you had to get tested. Like, they invited me to, like, I was there for, like, 2 years almost. And they used to be like, oh, if you want to, like, move your belt up or whatever, you have to pay. And it's like, back then it was $45 or $50. Now my teammate, you know, Matilde, the one that just came?
Yeah.
He was telling me it's like $70 now to go to
To get
your belt, to get your promotion.
That don't make no sense.
Yeah, it's weird. Well, Professor Jason and Joe used to train out of there too, right?
Yeah, I know. That's why I feel like that's why they left. I can't speak for them. But, also, like, that's how you water down a fucking sport, bro. That's the last thing people want to have happen to jiu-jitsu. Because that's what happened with karate. Karate, they used to fucking bang. Like, people think of it
Well,
now
karate
as,
was like
put
the
your kids
original
in.
martial art in America
Kids
that like took over.
Kids start off.
Well, I mean, they had wrestling, they had boxing, but karate was like it got brought down and like popularized by like Bruce Lee and like
facts.
Okinawans. That
Nobody's wrestling. No, I ain't gonna lie. Nobody. Usually up north, but down south, no. Okay,
I think California has a really good wrestling program.
But there's a lot of schools in Texas that wrestle.
Yeah.
How many?
It's just not for advantage.
But it's not around here. You'd have to go more
out in the country.
Yeah, out in the country and like out west, they have a lot of wrestling programs.
It's a good way to start out though, because you know it teaches you how.
But like I said, that shit waters down the sport because then people who aren't really black belts are gonna get their black belts.
It'd be
And
trash.
then people who were really good aren't gonna and maybe they can't afford the promotions, aren't gonna get promoted.
Yeah,
and
be
then
blue
they
belts.
might leave and shit like that.
Yeah.
It's like it just fucks up the natural progression of how martial arts is supposed to improve that individual.
Bro.
And in jiu-jitsu still has it right now, as far as I'm aware. I feel like jiu-jitsu still has it, but things like that.
And you know what's crazy too? It wasn't just for jiu-jitsu, because they had like a Muay Thai, a Muay Thai class too. You had to pay for those promotions too. And I was just like, okay, like this is just
money.
Yeah, I was just like, dude, I'm not. I don't want to be like. I don't want to sound like if I'm being like braggadocious or anything, but I went in there like I trained at the other gym for probably like 6-7 months, and then I joined that gym like a year or two later, and I joined, and then I was whooping a lot of them. I don't know if it's because I was a southpaw. I don't know. Maybe they weren't used to it.
Yeah.
But I was like getting a lot of work in, and I would go in, and then there was like I would have hiatuses where it's like, hey, I can't afford it. Like put my membership on pause, and then I'll come back. I'll come back 6-7 months later, and they have new guys that were fighting and stuff, and I was like,
cooking them.
I was cooking them, and I was just like, damn, like.
And they can't even. That's why Texas though, they're so hands on. Like everybody in there's a family. Like there was, bro. I was going through it at the time I was trying to go, bro. I was broke, but I was involved. Bro, I was there every single day I could, bro. And I had a car at this time, so I was there every day. I was going to the CGL. I was trying, but bro, it was just.
He was doing privates with me too,
bro, and it was working. It was working. I was getting involved. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Fight camp. You remember how when y'all was doing y'all camp and Coach Jason was going super hard with y'all? I'm looking. I'm like, God. That's how it was every single fight camp. Everybody, I was getting rocked, and we were still cool though. Family, bro.
I don't know if you noticed at this camp, but like this camp wasn't like that aggressive.
It wasn't.
It was a lot of cardio based training.
Yes.
But I think they just had so much belief in us and like, hey, this is gonna be like a.
Well, there's some points where you don't like. It's more like, okay, are we trying to get him sharper? Does he have his timing right now? Does he need to like shape up? Is he not giving people the respect that they need? Like, I feel like they look at a lot of those different things when just looking at us as a team.
That's something about this gym.
They're hands on, bro.
Dude.
They're hands on.
Well, think about it. It's a father and a son. They're there every day.
Yep, every day, bro.
Not only that, they pay attention to you and they talk to you.
Everybody.
And it's like now I feel like in the last year since I've joined, it's grown so much. So many people have joined. And it's still like every time somebody new comes in there or anybody like is interested, they're so interested. My friend came from another gym.
Facts, bro.
My friend came from another gym. And right away, Professor Jason loved him. Matt Matilde.
Oh yeah. And
like, dude, he came to try it like 2 months before, and he was stuck in that contract with Elite. And I was just like, hey, dude, like, just tell him if you can get out. He was here for like 5 years. I was like, hey, tell him if you could just get out, dude. You've been paying for like 5 years.
That's a long time, bro.
You get stuck in a gym membership.
That's crazy.
Because you signed a contract.
You gotta pay, bro.
Yeah, you signed a contract, and it's not cheap. It's not a cheap contract, especially if you're like, you know what I'm saying, a college student or anything. Like, it's expensive. And so,
bro.
Dude, as soon as he came, it's the same for my friend. I had another friend join ASAP. He had to leave for financial issues, but like as soon as he came, they were like, dude, hey, how's it going? Like, is everything okay? And then they brought him in, and you're like family right away. That's why, like, as soon as I joined, like, I felt like, oh, this is gonna be the place.
Yep.
I even told my wife, like, I was like, I feel like here, I'm gonna be like super successful. Like, I'm gonna have like a good training. Cause like I remember I joined. Well, this is 23 or 24. It was last year, so it's 24. I went to go. The only reason I tried it, I was on Instagram one day, and my cousin's husband, Raciel, he posted a video of my niece's training, and my daughter happened to be right next to me, and she was like, "Daddy, I want to do that."
Stiff.
And I was just like, "Baby, if you want to do it, I'll pay for it. I don't care."
Stiff.
And so I take her to they give you a week trial to try it out. And she liked it. She was like, I want to be with my cousins. I want to go and I want to do it. And I was like, okay, that's fine. And then Ray was like, hey, I'm going to do the jiu-jitsu class and I'm going to do the boxing. He was like, you're a pussy if you don't do it. And I was like, what? I was like, what do you mean? I was like, I've trained before. I was like, I think I'm good. I was like, I'd rather my daughter do it because I can't afford both of us right now. And he was like, just try it. He was like, it's free. I was like, he was like, even if you don't join, you got the week for your training. And so we go and we do it, and right away Professor Joe was like, no, right away he was like, I can tell you've trained before. He's like, you're good, you're athletic. He's like, I just need to refine you and sharpen you up a little bit more. And when he told me that just showed me like belief right in the way. And I was like, hey, you know what? If I have to work a little bit extra and pay for whatever I have to pay for, I'll do it. I was like, I like this gym. Dude, I joined. Then they have the CGL. That was my introduction into like
you did it?
Competing? Yeah, I did it.
Over with. Yeah, he did.
Over with.
That was his first competition.
That was my first competition. I've been doing this shit. Think about it. I have been doing this since I was 18.
And that was your first comp?
That was my first comp. I was a white belt. I was telling him last time I was a white belt since I was 18.
Oh, that's wild.
So that's.
Oh yeah,
I'm 27.
No, that's wild.
So that's 7 years plus 2. That I'm 9-year white belt.
So he's been training martial arts for what, 9 years?
Yeah, 9 years.
That's
I started when I was 18. And, dude, I do the competition, right? And it's funny because when you do that, they're like, hey, don't knock nobody out. And you start, and they're trying to knock you out, and you're like...
They trying to drop you.
Yeah,
they trying to drop you.
Okay, like, motherfucker, you're not going to fucking drop me if I can drop you. And I remember the first guy that I fought, he was like some tall, big black dude, remember?
Yeah.
And then, like, I remember I come out, and like I hit him, and then his mouthpiece dropped, and they stopped it like right away, and they're like, let him put his stuff. And then I start going, and I'm like moving, and I start hitting him, and I see him backing up, and then he tries to hit me, and I'm like out, I'm moving, and then I hit him again, and I was like, yo, this is kind of fun, like this is easy.
Over with,
easy, right?
Yes,
and then like, okay, I'm like, all right, fine. Yes. Oh, not only that, before that, I had done the scrappling.
No.
The scrappling, I did it, and this dude kicked me in the face 2 times.
Oh, you got mad?
Yeah, I was mad. And then, like, not only that, he had beat Brandon, the black belt son.
Oh, kind of.
Yeah. Schmidt, yeah. Okay. He beat him, right? And this dude was like, oh, I think we were doing like 140 in the 140s. This dude was bigger than Noah. Had tree trunk legs like this, right? And he's like, yeah, I'm 140. They didn't weigh us that day.
Oh, he was just going.
Yeah, they didn't weigh us in.
He was 180.
He just signed the paper and went in.
He was 180.
Bro,
I want 40.
he kicked me in the beginning, and I was just like, okay. And then I have this like super bad habit
Yeah.
that he's gonna get mad about.
Uh-oh.
Where I go in there and I go, like,
Oh no, I think everybody know that. No, I think YouTube know. I think the announcers know. I think the crowd know.
I put my hands down. I'm like, come on.
No, that's not a bad habit. That's not a bad habit. No, bro, this is, first of all, don't get it twisted. This is entertainment. Don't get it twisted.
It is.
This is an entertainment business.
But
this is on television.
It also goes back to the fact to where I land a combination on people.
For free.
Yeah, I am.
This ain't for free. Well, you on YouTube. This ain't free. Somebody make it. Listen, dog.
Somebody's making money. Yeah.
How many tickets y'all sold?
I sold 74.
How many tickets you sold?
Like fucking 40.
This nothing in this ain't free.
That's true.
I saw all these people. Kevin Holland was in the back eating nachos with chains and rings on. Nothing in here is free.
It's exposure.
No, it's definitely exposure.
So look, somebody gonna see you. If somebody gonna see you knock some, get hype, bro.
Yeah.
Take your do something, bro. Look, I agree. I agree. Look, I agree with everything you
Hey,
do, bro.
no cap. This
That's
last.
not a bad habit.
This last camp, the whole
No,
time.
but it's a bad habit if you get hit while doing it. Then it's a bad habit.
But I haven't gotten hit.
You gotta know when
He was mad. No, I ain't gonna lie. That fight, I was cracking.
He was in the middle of a fucking dog fight.
No, y'all-
Last round, putting his fucking hands
Come on,
down.
look
This nigga swinging at him.
He was missing though.
Nah,
He was
I told him I was like, let's go right now, because I was like, you haven't wanted to fight, dude. The whole fight, I'm piecing him up, right? And I'm like, hey, dude, in the cage, I'm like, come on,
Bro, that was crazy.
and he didn't want to. And then the last 10 seconds, I heard the little wood, pop, pop, pop.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right. I was like, come on. I hit a 1-2. I hit him clean on the chin. He went back. He fell in the cage. And then he was like, come on.
Oh,
and I was like,
on
all right then, come on, like, let's go. And I saw him throw the punches, and I was like, he's not gonna touch me. So I put my hand down, and I hit this over right here. Pop, pop. And I was like, what? Let's go. Boom. And then like I hear the bell, and I'm like, I'm always respectful towards my opponents. I go down them up, and I'm like, that was a good fight, but I know I whooped you. I was like, I'm gonna get on that cage, because getting on that cage is one of the best feelings. And then having all my people back there, it's amazing. It's
No,
a
it's
good
still-
feeling.
That's still.
Whenever you finish the fights, do you hear the crowd?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
Like,
my
even your
first
first
fight, I think I sold like 45 tickets.
Even your first one though, when you got the first round finish.
Yeah. I remember like starting it, and then I remember y'all saying, keep it sharp. And I was like, okay. And then he went for this shitty ass takedown just because he didn't want to get hit again by his left. He went for a shitty takedown, and then he goes down, and I'm not gonna lie, in that flurry, it was just muscle memory, because I threw it through, boom. Even the cameras can't catch the angle, but I either hit him with an uppercut or a straight cross, and he like sat down like on the cage with Rosario my first fight.
Yeah.
And then I was just like banging on him. And then I remember like feeling the ref pushing me off. And I was like, dude, I'm not gonna be able to punch somebody like this for a while. I was like, let me get at least 2 or 3 more
Thanks.
in. Full power.
Thanks.
Boom, boom, boom. And then I got off, and I was just like, it's something that I watched the last podcast where he said like, whenever you win, it's like serene, it's quiet. It is quiet. It was quiet for me. As soon as I got off, it was quiet, and I was just like, I just did it. My first fight, successful, like, the training paid off. And then when I got on the cage, I could just hear like, Mario. And I was like, oh, fuck.
That's
like,
still. That's
dude,
still.
That's a unique feeling.
that was like,
That's still.
it's like a feeling that I wish every man would feel.
For sure.
It's like that success that
You worked for something and you fucking did it.
And you got it.
that
You
vibe.
did.
That vibe is crazy, bro.
And you can't get that from everywhere too.
Because for like this last one, or actually for my last 2, I didn't hear the crowd at all. It just, everything just went deaf, and I could only hear something after I just like released everything. I had to yell or some shit, and then I could hear everything. And then I came back, but before that, it's just everything's just present. Everything's present.
Y'all both did some crazy stuff. Bro hit a Kamehameha. Bro was on Dragon Ball Z time, and both y'all was going nuts. I ain't gonna lie.
Nah, that was
And y'all on y'all way too.
Hey,
Yeah.
Noah's celebrations are goated though.
Crazy. Like he practiced in the mirror.
Yeah, you do, huh?
Bro practiced in the
Hey,
mirror.
I ain't gonna lie.
Nah, he practiced.
Hey,
He
Hey, he almost missed the Kamehameha.
Bro.
He turned so hard.
That bitch was powerful, dog. That shit knocked me off that.
Oh, bro.
Shit.
No, you didn't even hear, bro.
Hey, but no
People
cap
screaming
though.
some wild stuff.
For my last fight,
Yeah.
not the one with Brandon, whatever his name is, the one before with Angel. Like I had told him, I was like,
That
hey,
was
wait, when I win, I was like, I'm gonna say some fucking stiff ass shit
Dog.
on the mic.
And it blew.
Yeah.
It blew.
But look, the funny part is I practiced that bitch in the mirror. I practiced that bitch in the mirror.
Hey, dog.
I was in the mirror practicing for this one too. I was like, I don't know, cause there's pros on the fight. They're not probably gonna interview us. But I was just thinking like,
visualization and
It's
preparation.
tough. It's tough, bro. Preparation, dog. Preparation. You was ready for the moment.
yeah, I was
That's all it
ready
was.
for it.
Dog, when that moment come, when you prepare, you don't have to be nervous.
Especially because in this one, in the one with Angel,
Showing this?
I'm drinking a little slow. He dropped me in the second round with a cross, but it was my fault. I went in for a lazy
When you
kick.
feel now?
Yeah.
Mm.
It was more like of a, I would say like a push down. It wasn't like a knockdown.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like I was like not there.
Mm.
I went in for a lazy kick. I always shuffle to the right, throw the kick to the back, and he like timed it perfectly, got me good, and then like I did like a little Tony Ferguson like flip, and I get up and like he comes toward me, but instead of coming forward like, hey, I just knocked him down, let me go see if I can ground pound him or something, he went like this.
What?
And I saw him like open up his arms, and I was just like, bro, like come here. I stand up, and he comes towards me, and I duck under. Boom! I hit him with a right hand, and then like we're banging on the fence, and then he clinches me. He knees me in the nuts twice, like clean on the nuts.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. That's wild.
Clean on the nuts.
You ain't
And
say
luckily-
nothing,
Huh?
You ain't say nothing?
No, I'm talking about with Angel. I'm
Oh,
talking
okay.
about-
No, you okay.
Yeah.
They gave him a break.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he kneed me right on the nuts.
Yeah.
And then I remember, like, I was resting, and then some motherfucker upstairs was like, he's scared of you. He's a pussy. And I was like,
That's cat.
bitch, fuck you. I'm fucking scared of him. I'm already in here. And then,
I
like,
was fighting this nigga for 12 minutes.
12
before he
minutes?
said this shit.
and then, like, in the last round, bro, I remember, like, going in there, and I remember hearing Noah, and I remember hearing, it's funny because you can watch the video back. Noah's like, he's tired, Mario, he's tired. And then somebody's like, he's not tired. He's not tired. And this motherfucker's like this. And I'm like, he's tired, bro. And then, like, I remember I went in there and I landed my knee. And then, like, it's so crazy because, like, you don't realize how fast the time is going. 3 minutes flies by.
Bro,
When you're
crazy.
winning. Because I think if you're, I've never been in a position where you're
If
losing.
you lose it feel like forever.
Maybe.
It feel, no, I know. It feel like forever. No, it feel like forever, I promise. Damn,
I will
it's
tell
2
you-
minutes left. Damn.
I would tell you this, when I'm sparring with him or Mikey,
Yeah.
and there's like a minute and a half left, I look and I'm like,
But they,
all right, let's go. I'm over here fucking moving, pretending like I'm fine.
Bro.
The whole time I'm dying. But yeah, bro,
Yeah,
it's an amazing feeling. Fighting is an amazing feeling. It's a very compliant feeling. It's a very like euphoric feeling. I've always described it as euphoric because like I ride bikes. I've played soccer. I don't even say that.
what position?
But forward. I was just.
Oh, you was hooping. Oh,
Yeah.
you was
Dude,
hooping.
I was cold.
I'm about to say, yeah, you had that.
And
Yeah.
What do you think the difference between like your experience playing soccer and then now training martial arts is?
It's a selfish sport. It's only you. You can't blame anybody else for a loss. If the goalie or the defense wasn't playing up to par, and we lost the game because of that, then it's their fault. But if I lose in here, or if I win in here, it's because of me, and it's all because of me. It's not because of nobody else. So I feel like team sports build kind of like a brother relationship, and then like this sport builds like your own mental,
For sure.
your mental fortitude to be able to be like, hey, I did this. Of course, with you guys' help, our blood, sweat, and tears, that people don't understand that term blood, sweat, and tears when there's literal blood, sweat, and tears.
On the mat.
Yeah, all the time.
On the
and
mat.
this is like,
Yeah.
obviously in the gym, it's not like a life or death situation, but in real world, if you do that in life, did you get cracked one time bad, your head hits the concrete, you're cooked, bro. And I think it's a more realistic sport. You know, I hate, and it is a little true, I hate to hear that term where they're like, oh, anybody can fight in the UFC, anybody can do this.
No.
And I'm like, you think so, but a lot of people join the gym and get humiliated one time, and they leave, and they never come back.
Disappear.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the thing is that like I don't even know who coined this quote, but it goes, it isn't about who's the best, it's about who is left. And man, that's a true statement, because people will go fucking 3-0, 4-0, whatever and be the hottest prospect, have one bad loss, don't know how to handle it.
Yeah.
Or get one bad injury and they can't come back from it. Or they choose not to. Maybe they choose a different path or whatever. But it really is more like, motivation. Like seeing someone who's motivated and, talented and stuff like that. That's kind of common. But seeing someone who has the endurance to keep coming back and to push through
the mental
whatever
strength,
obstacles, that endurance is rare. So
yeah, it's something that I look up to you and Mikey for, because of all the stuff y'all went through, and then still seeing Mikey like show up, and seeing Noah show up, and now Noah is on a 2-fight win streak. He's about to get another one next. Like all it is breaking that mental barrier. And I'm gonna tell you something. Every time that I fight, I always tell myself, I'm not gonna lose.
For sure.
But if I do lose, this is not it. This is it. This sport, dude, one little slip up. When I started the first round of this last fight, I went for like a little like switch kick, and I slipped down. Dude, if he would have came in with like a nasty uppercut or like a falling down on top of me and just hit me perfectly, I would have been it.
Yeah.
But it is something that you have to carry within yourself. Every time I fight, every time I've competed, I'm like, hey, dude, if I lose, on to the next thing.
And y'all families behind y'all, too, bro. Y'all families right behind y'all. I talked to both y'all families while y'all was fighting, bro. I'm going back and forth. Man, that's a blessing, man. That's a blessing, bro.
Did you watch the latest card? UFC 2?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Man, that was trash, bro.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Like,
Charles be hurt my feelings. First of all, Ilia done knocked off everybody I believed in. Who that is? Thanos.
Now we actually
collecting.
We might actually right now be in the presence of
the next Conor.
Fuck the next.
No,
Conor,
he can't be
bro.
Conor,
Like,
bro.
the greatest, bro.
Conor was racist and nobody cared. Conor was racist and people still said, I think he the best. That take a different being.
That's true.
How was he racist?
Not only was he racist, he was racist to multiple cultures. And nobody cared. He threw a bus. He threw a chair at a bus.
Now that's when everyone started fading off of Conor, though. When he started
he fought Floyd.
Snoring cocaine.
After Floyd said when he started, when that first fight, he had cocaine before the fight.
It was the fight with Floyd that he started doing the cocaine.
What?
Nah, he been doing it.
He was doing cocaine with Dustin. You could tell. He started doing this. Yeah, he was on coke.
That was
then he was bald. Looked like he just got out of jail.
I was after Floyd.
Hey, I still have cocaine habits, so I still do that shit too.
No.
Nah, but
no, I don't do it anymore.
Oh,
I'm saying I still have the habits.
For sure.
Nah. That Conor episode was after Floyd anyway.
But he was lit.
That was in the Dustin rematches. But not even.
You see how he...
No, I'm talking about you. T, you know I be saying this. This is the golden era, in my opinion, of combat
Dude,
sports.
It's the best era.
Dude, there's people leg kicking each other. Amateurs are fucking having stories be.
Can I ask y'all one quick question?
Hold on. But like,
he trying to...
Like,
you right.
Nah, he's proven.
Dude,
he's right.
Like fucking people watch people just take turns slapping each other on TV. People fighting in medieval fucking armor MMA or
slapping each other with swords on the head.
That's stiff, bro.
Fuck out of here. Hell no.
That's not stiff?
No.
That's
dumb as
he
hell.
said no.
They're dope though. They're dope.
It looks badass.
Yeah, bro, it's stiff.
Bro,
I think it's stiff.
Oh, hell no.
I think it's stiff, bro.
Those masks afterwards smashed up.
Bro, I'll shoot you. I'll shoot you with my Glock. You're not fucking pulling out a sword on me. Fuck out of here.
So like I'm saying, I feel like right now today is the golden era.
Well, just think about it like this, dude. What do we have right now? We had Alex Pereira last year.
Stiff.
Whew.
Dog.
We had Charles come up. Charles been fighting since like 2012.
Everybody's still gonna believe in Charles.
Yeah,
Everybody.
of course. And you have a reason to. We have Ilia. Right? I like Ilia a lot. Ilia inspires me as a short king.
He be hating, dog.
I be hating.
He be hating.
No, this is why I be hating. This is why I be hating. This is a new era of MMA fighters, UFC fighters that can do everything. You can no longer like Pierre gets away with it because of leg kicks, so it's gonna be harder.
No, it's not just because of the leg.
No,
it's
and
that left hook.
That'll hurt.
So
now if you know if you come in, you get caught. So you got to be ready. You got to be willing.
Just think about it like this: when he fought John Blachowicz, right?
Oh,
bro, John Blachowicz is like a super well-rounded martial artist.
Facts.
Right? And Pereira,
Young won that fight.
Oh, you out your mind. See, you've been drinking too much, boy. You out your mind. You out your mind, boy.
No.
He whooped. Jan was praying. Remember how I said when you get your ass whooped?
Jan literally pulled.
3 minutes left.
Hey, Jan pulled an Apache in the second round, just going for takedowns, bro.
Going for Jan.
That was part of his game. You don't think he thought he was gonna go for
Jan
takedowns?
is known.
But what is Jan known for? The
Leg
Polish
kick.
power.
Leg kicks, though.
He's a black belt on the ground. Why would he not shoot for takedowns?
Bullshit. It didn't look like it. It didn't look like it.
Anyways,
Alex was
but no,
whooping.
like you were saying, we're in the era of where like
you can do everything.
You can do everything, and Ilia himself says that he represents that new generation of mixed martial arts. And
he's cold too.
I think that shit is true.
He
but
is,
if you think about it, another reason why I say like we're in the golden era is because martial arts, say 30, 40 years ago, it was which martial art is the best. Nobody was combining the martial art. Maybe yes, in like Eastern Europe a little bit they were combining. Even in Brazil a little bit they were combining. But for the most part, it was which martial arts the best. And then the UFC came around and we're getting this explosion in not only martial arts but mixed
combination of all the arts.
That's a new thing, bro. And so it's like right now I feel like I'm
the golden era.
lucky to even be able to live in it, but
the
I feel
golden
like
era.
it is the golden era.
And then we're gonna participate in it.
Facts.
Oh, hey, brother, soon enough. You know what I'm
God
saying?
willing.
We're already participating in it.
God willing. You know
what? Like something that like I be like going on Instagram watching reels, and I know sometimes their state don't allow it, but these guys that do amateur fights with the shin guards, I be seeing that, and I'm like,
that's what I was gonna ask y'all.
No, Texas is just like less not less regulated, but like they just let niggas fight.
Some slavery. Would y'all see there's some Django shit. But look. When y'all throw leg kicks, do it hurt? My bad.
Nah.
I had to ask.
It don't hurt me, at least. Maybe other people. Cause I know this guy, this last guy that I fought, he threw a couple leg kicks. I checked one, and then when he hit me on my elbow, and he like slowed down on them, he was like, I'm not gonna throw that shit no more. I'm not gonna throw that shit no more. But for me, the last fight, I hit like 27.
You was throwing leg
like
kicks. Yeah,
low kicks, like a motherfucker. I threw them bitches, and it didn't. Obviously, it swells up, right?
Sure.
Like naturally, but it didn't like when I was fighting. I was like, man, I can keep throwing this shit all fucking day.
Yeah. Nah, I feel like my legs are very conditioned too.
For sure.
To where I don't feel them that much, but nobody's really tried to attack my legs because I check them. I check them early.
You do?
I check them early, so I don't think people are gonna really attack my legs like that. But going back to 317. Okay, so we saw Ilia do what the fuck he does. Honestly, I mean, he called it. He said that he was gonna knock him out in the first round, and he did that shit.
I think he messed up though.
What do you mean?
Like I get he knocked Charles out. Yeah, but that division, goddamn, that's some dogs, big ass. Who? Roofy? Fight nerds?
Roofy still has a couple fights before he.
Yeah,
okay.
he has like
Paddy's not a hoe. Paddy's not a hoe. Paddy was leaking people's blood.
Matter of fact, it just came out that Paddy is scheduled with Justin Gaethje for the co-main event on Dricus Du Plessis.
So we all know he's about to fight. He's about to fight Russian dude that this weight, and Charles choked the draws off him. Armin.
Charles choked the draws. Charles won that fight.
Charles did win that fight against Armin.
I watched it 5 times. He won that fight.
Yeah, I don't know how
he won his last one. God damn. Yeah, no. But go ahead.
I just
who'd you think was gonna win?
On who?
Ilya and Charles.
I thought for sure Ilya was gonna win, but I had my heart with Charles.
You was praying for Charles.
Yeah.
I know everybody.
I was just like, dude, if it happens either way, I won't be upset.
For sure.
You know what fight surprised me? The Joshua Van fight. I'm not gonna lie.
They was thrown
because I thought Royval being the seasoned veteran and having that experience in that cage with the lights and everything, but Joshua Van surprised me, and man, he did his thing, bro.
Can I kind of tell you the difference in my casual opinion? Van's coming in here like this. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about shelled up. Boxer. If you hit, it's not gonna really hurt because it's sliding off.
It's a boxer.
Old dude's in there doing all this and then getting hit right or wrong by 1-2s, dog.
Yeah, to me, I'm gonna be honest. To me, at least to me, Royval looked a little off his pace.
He looked drunk.
But I think it's because he got thrown off pace by Van, because Van has such a tight boxing stance. Van boxes a lot. Van is like a big boxer, and I feel like that had a big counterpart towards Royval's plan. Whoa. And then I don't know if you noticed, but those front
to the knees.
Front, yeah.
The most hurt.
Bro,
and he kept
in the
catching
first
too.
round, he wasn't landing them. Second round, he started timing it a little bit
Yep.
more. Third round,
Catching them
there was
shots.
one where it just like his knee went back, and I was just like, oh,
That's probably why his
no,
boxing
that
was
hurts.
kind of messed up.
You know why? Because sometimes I'm always open stance. All these guys are right-handed.
Yeah.
Every time I go in there, if they land one good like front kick right here on my knee, it like shuts my leg down and I can't move as much anymore. So I was like, dude, I know. And he got like fully hyperextended. When I saw it, I was like, oh,
That's
man,
nasty,
it's
bro.
about to
Yeah,
change.
he started landing those, but I think even before that, I think Royval, like his mindset got changed once Dana like declared that it was like #1 contendership.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't going in there using all his martial arts. I also thought that Royval back in earlier in his career, he used to be himself a lot. Like overextending on things. A lot of the mistakes he made tonight or at 317 against Van was like overextending, or like maybe he like tries some spinning shit that really wasn't there, gets his back taken and ends up in a scramble. And a lot of times he was losing those scrambles, and that's what he was doing. But I felt like against Brandon Moreno and against Tatsuro Taira, he cleaned up a lot of those mistakes and stopped beating himself. I feel like, and that's why he was going up, and was in this position. Van taking it on 3 weeks' notice. Not to mention he's 23 years old and probably the most composed 23-year-old that we've seen.
Crazy.
Like I felt like if Royval, the reason I picked Van to win was because I felt like if Royval was to go back and make those mistakes or whatever, or not use his jiu-jitsu that he's a black belt in or brown belt in or whatever, that Van was so sharp.
Titties.
Like he keeps everything here.
Yeah.
Everything comes
Just
here.
that
comes
boxing.
back.
Shit nasty,
And
bro.
then when he starts lunging and shit, his coaches remind him. You can hear them remind him on the TV just to stay patient, stay patient. And when he's patient and he's moving in and out with his feet, balanced, set, great boxing. The side kicks were a new addition. Fuck.
He about to pull a Cyril Gahn. You gonna see him on a Netflix movie. He fought 3 weeks. This nigga ain't fighting for a year. Y'all gotta wait. Y'all gotta wait.
And then he faces off with Pantoja, who also
Pantoja
had a
going.
dominant ass
Pantoja going.
Look, I don't really like Pantoja
you know
because
what's
of
gonna
Moreno, but
You know what's gonna
Pantoja's a dog.
You know what's gonna
He
happen.
ran through the division
Yeah.
twice.
Pause. No, the whole division, bro, crazy. Yeah, dog, he killed him.
Bro, Pantoja's a dog. And like,
That fight scares me for Van, bro.
You know what's gonna
It
happen.
scares. No, I don't. It's not that I know what's going to happen. I just know that Pantoja, if he gets on anyone's back,
It's raps.
damn near raps. And the fact that he forces that grappling exchange by fighting you, like his whole
with the
strategy.
exchange.
His whole strategy is, I'm gonna fight you, and when you fight me back, I'm gonna shoot. As soon as you start throwing punches back,
And that's where you get the takedowns.
Van's going.
and
That
then
means.
if you defend that takedown, I'm coming up to the back.
And then I'm gonna hit you a little bit more, and then I'm gonna go back down.
Yeah.
No, and then he don't get tired.
And then if you get up and survive the round, I'm gonna land some hard ass body kicks in the next round that are gonna welt up.
So you just said he gonna win then. You just
No, but the thing is, but Van, not only has he been improving every single fight,
back.
but like we thought he had a wrestling deficiency, and then he started improving it.
Yep,
If he knows Pantoja's about to try and take him down.
for sure.
And so it's like, it just depends, I feel like, who he gets in his corner, or
Yeah.
what coaches or minds he has around him
Yeah.
that are going to try and solve that puzzle that really nobody's been able to solve.
Yeah. Let him fight.
I think also too, what affects you a lot too is like if you're on a fight win streak, you build such like a mental fortitude, like such a thing where it's like, dude, I'm on it, and I'm here, and I'm doing this, and you build like such a confidence where you're like, dude,
I can't lose.
I'm not gonna lose.
Yep.
How am I gonna lose?
Yep.
And in that comes in like something that Professor Jason always says, like drillers make killers, and like muscle memory is like your friend, where you're like, okay, I've been here, I know what to do. Obviously, in every situation there's like a different obstacle, but if you can like have that mental because a lot of times it's not, you know, this in the cage is not physical, it's like mental, to know like, hey, I can overcome this, I can like go past this. I feel like Joshua Van right now is on a tear, and
He has that confidence, bro.
That confidence.
Yeah, that momentum. This dude got knocked out, 5 fights ago?
Drop.
Went on a 5-fight win streak in one year.
Ooh, that's a
15 to 12 to 1.
Yeah.
#1 contender.
He needs some time though, bro. Give
Nah,
him some time.
for sure. But
Yeah.
Pantoja said he's not trying to fight till December.
I hope he get morale.
that's 135.
Yeah, I hope he go up.
Who?
Pantoja?
Yeah.
Nah, Pantoja, they're fighting each other.
I want them to fight for scraps. I want them to fight for scraps at the bottom. I want them
That's
to
not
just.
happening.
I hope
Not
it does.
happening.
They was talking mess.
Desires.
They was talking mess.
Nah, 135 right now.
Bro, they're the same archetype.
Nah, it's different. Wrestling and jiu-jitsu is different.
No, Marab wrestle.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. He's a
you
wrestler.
talking about Pantoja.
Pantoja's a jiu-jitsu guy.
Mm.
It's a jiu-jitsu play. It's not a wrestling play.
I love that man.
Pantoja's not big for 25 years.
He's a
Dude,
little
Pantoja's
bitty guy.
small.
If he
No,
goes
real
up,
small too.
That's
Yeah.
really like pound for pound.
Hey, have y'all seen Brandon Moreno right now?
What you mean?
Brandon Moreno looks big, bro. I saw him like in an interview. He's
getting.
getting.
He's rich, dog.
Yeah.
No, he's very wealthy. Yeah, he's very wealthy.
He's wealthy and
Yeah.
he's Mexican. He's gonna eat.
Dog.
Come on now.
Man,
That's my dog right
you
there.
seen old girl got a? I was telling him got a tequila commercial.
Oh yeah.
Old girl,
Cortez.
and she whooped old girl.
Hey, no. She put on her.
Shout out. Yeah, no, shout out.
To be able
Shout out
to
to
dominate Arujao, a good black belt like that on the ground and in the wrestling exchanges, I think that was impressive. Because she won it, 3-0?
Yep.
Almost finishing her at the end.
Try to dap the girl up at the end. The girl like, man, get my face.
Yeah, that's something that Noah and Matt Wynn from the gym, and Jason have always told me is like, don't worry about your belt. Like inside fighting is different from like. Obviously, there is some positions where it'll help you, but a lot of times they tell me like, this is fighting. It's not like you're not doing jiu-jitsu.
That's a fact.
You're implementing jiu-jitsu into your game, but it's not.
Sean O'Malley talked about it in the last one. He was like, training jiu-jitsu, then training, because they were asking him like what felt different about Marab or whatever. He was like, well, I got to train grappling, but training jiu-jitsu, then training jiu-jitsu with punches is completely different, like two completely different sports. And it is true, but at the same time, that kind of shocked me, because if you're at that level, why don't you already know that?
Sean O'Malley's kind of going. Hopefully he has Is he doing it too?
Why don't you already know? Did you see his reaction to Topuria?
Yeah, he was like, I'm glad he didn't accept the call out.
Oh, you talking about O'Malley?
Yeah, when he dropped.
He was like, Dana, give me a flight to Spain. When he said that, I was like, dude,
You tripping?
That would have been a massive fight.
It would have been a good fight, but it would have been
And then it would have been quick. It'd have been quick. You would pay $100 for that. That dude would have been gone.
Bro, but Topuria, like, just to go back, I feel like again, you were saying, or you.
So they have the fucking fights there. And so I remember I told my girls, like, I'm turning on my phone because I bought the pay-per-view. And then I bought the pay-per-view and I DVR'd it. So like I recorded it.
Oh, it's money.
Yeah. So like
it's money.
nobody could ruin it for me. I turned off my phone. I said, hey, I'll be home at 12. Boom. The restaurant closes at like 11:20. We're done by like 11:40. I'm working downtown. So I'm flying on 59.
Oh, you're wild.
Flying down 59. I get off. I take the West Park, put the tolls on my car because my dad was paying for it at the time.
For sure.
And then I get home, right? And my dad comes out. He's like, you okay? I was like, yeah. I want to watch this fight. You want to watch with me? He was like, yeah. You want a beer? I was like, yeah, give me one. Dude, I remember watching that fight. No. It starts, bro. And I'm like this, like, shaking. He comes into the exchange. Meek! Moves and still eats that right hand, comes back with his left and just flatlines him, and I was just like,
bro,
that is the most beautiful.
He made everybody watch.
Like
he made everybody watch.
That shit was straight.
Cause John Jones was cool. John Jones was cool, but like,
dog, I was going for Aldo in that scenario, dog.
I give him more hype than Joe. John Jones was cool, but John Jones was just like
John Jones.
He was more of a bully.
Look, John Jones, to me, they hate this. Professor Jason hates this. To me, he's my GOAT. Like, I think he's the GOAT. He's the best.
He is.
I think he's the best.
Yeah.
Bro, and I put a lot of inspiration into my training with him. Cause I'm like, dude, if he can go out and drink the week before and fight, I can do the same shit. Right? So I do that.
Bro!
Terrible.
No, but everything...
It does suck. But
okay, think about this. What if John Jones was fighting? Let's say John Jones is 28 right now. Boom. 28. Right? Prime. And they had the 12-6 elbows. He would have killed somebody in the ring and everybody would have had it. And then the next fight it wouldn't be no next fight. He prime time. But I'm saying he could have killed somebody on that television. Nobody's ever heard this dude. You seen him rocked. But like you've never seen this dude get slept over, drunk.
Well, John was a big one talking about like visualization and
he was a killer, bro.
All that shit as well, and having extreme confidence as well. Conor did that, and now Topuria is doing that to the point where, dude, this dude was celebrating before they even fought.
Remember he changed his record when he fought Volk. He
did that shit for this one too. Double champion, 17-0.
Bro, somebody go
put a rose in the ring afterwards.
Bro, let me tell you something. I respect dude for show. Look, nah, hold up. I don't care. Look, Thanos was a bully. Okay? He was a bully.
But how are you gonna call this small 5'7" man a bully?
Listen, this is a different sport.
How's he a bully?
Size and all that matters when, in the...
So then why is he a bully then?
You saw Charles? First of all, Charles got cut.
Did you see how big Charles looked though? Did you see when Charles walked in there? I saw that fucking Dorito back, and I was like, "Holy fuck, Charles is huge, bro. Charles is a big dude, bro. 155."
All right, let me tell you a story, bro. I was in middle school. Right? There was a thing. I don't know if you remember. People used to spit and suck it back up. Pause. And act like they do it, right?
Oh, the loogies?
Yeah. Okay. Hispanic dude did that to me. One came out, hit me right in the face. Fuck. Now, right, I was bigger than him or whatever, but I ain't want to fight him. But my partner, bro, you gotta fight. Hype me up. I didn't want to do it. You gotta kill him, bro. Chill, bro. He looked like he can. He looked like he got the ball. Look, and so I'm scared, right? Smaller than me. Don't matter, right? Get in the bathroom. He about 2 years older than me. I'm probably 13. He probably like 15, bro. All he do is this. He curl up. I'm throwing little punches, bro. Slapped me so hard, bro. I shook his hand, bro. Hey, appreciate you, big dog. I'm good. Now he was this big. That size don't matter, bro.
That's true.
He beat Charles up real bad, right? And he gonna do that probably. If Paddy fight him, Paddy gonna die. Justin Gaethje they gonna have to bring a mortician for Justin Gaethje. I got.
Hey, don't do my dog Justin Gaethje.
I got Roofy. He's
Mexican, bro.
Okay, but
Gaethje's Mexican.
I thought that was a white man.
Nah, Gaethje's Mexican.
Roofy's still down the line though.
Yeah,
Roofy not.
Roofy needs like 3 or 2 more fights, and
probably
then
2 more.
He'll
Probably 2 big
get in
fights.
there. But you got to think about how the division is placed, right?
It's fat.
Yeah, so
It's
just
fat.
because like we see him like super hype, they can't just push him to the front because there's so many.
There's too many people that need a chance.
Yeah,
it's too many
and
people.
the thing is, Gaethje, Poirier, all them have been knocking back those contenders, those up and comers
For a
years.
shit.
No, Poirier gone.
For years.
Poirier gone.
Yeah, he's gone after
He
the
says
match,
that, but as a fighter, dude, you
He be
never
throwing them
know.
hoes. And people
dude,
talk
as a
about his
fighter,
wife.
and then
Yeah.
especially like the high we talk about, dude.
Yeah.
When you get especially somebody like Poirier beat the shit out of Conor, right?
Yeah.
The biggest star in the world. He's getting these fucking paydays, right? Bro, I imagine Poirier wins this fight against Max because he already beat him. I imagine he beats him, right? And then he's gonna be like, if they give me one more title
I'm
shot,
cold. Yeah, I'm cold. I'm
They
cold.
give me one more, I'll come back.
A title shot, yeah, but they're not gonna give him. I mean, it's already the BMF. So he's.
But it's still at 155 though.
Yeah, I think he's.
But I think still, I don't know. Me as a fighter, they tell me, hey, one more.
Hey, you're not wrong for
Fuck
that.
it, hey,
Man.
10 million.
Poirier's not going. He gonna retire probably. So
Listen.
I give it 2, 3 more fights.
Terrence, tell me what this sounds like, okay?
I bet you.
Let me lay it out.
2, 3 more fights.
Tell me what this sounds like.
I'm running. I'm the best ever. I swear.
9-0.
Go ahead.
9-0.
Yep.
He's been going through the UFC. He's been fighting people that other people don't want to fight, right?
You talking about Topuria?
Yeah. Drops a documentary before his first title fight about him winning the title shot.
But him being already the
about him being
champion.
the champion.
Y'all like that type stuff.
Knocks out Alexander
Yeah.
Volkanovski, the
That's
greatest
tough. That's tough.
featherweight of all time.
145.
That was tough.
Knocks out Alexander Volkanovski.
Eyes roll back and all that. Yeah.
Okay.
That was a feat.
Give it another half.
I do
year.
think Max won the first fight though. Just saying.
You think Max?
The first against
Volk fight?
Volkanovski.
Nah, Volk won.
I think he won the fight.
I thought Max won the second.
Volk fight.
Oh yeah, it might have been backwards. I think
backwards.
Max won the second one, not the first one.
Volk don't fight high size is. Volk fight like he Izzy size and then like he can run around. That ain't
with
gonna
good
work.
footwork and everything.
Because he all in the cage and run around it, bro. He can't. He need to fight like how
but
he
people
is.
didn't have that much film on Ilia. Anyway, so Ilia comes in,
Go ahead.
knocks out Volk, knocks out Max Holloway, the next best person who was beating all the contenders who just couldn't beat Volk. Knocks him out too. Never been knocked out.
Never
before.
been. Yeah.
Sips tea, drops the rose. Comes back, up a division, says I can't make the weight no more. Gets Islam, the champion in the current division, running up to the next division.
He did run. In my opinion, he ran.
He ran.
He
bro.
looked at Jack.
He ran, talking about.
Cook Jack Dilla ass. Yeah. One
And I don't think he'll cook Jack.
Jack is cold.
No,
Jack is cold.
good.
We've all talked. Yeah, we
Jack
talked
is
about
good.
this. Jack is
Yeah.
cold. Hey, what's his name? Fuck all that face up though. Let's talk about that later. But go ahead.
And then moves up to 155 pounds and beats one of the greatest champions.
They too
of
big,
all time.
bro. They too big. Listen, Debo went to bed at some. There's gonna be a Craig.
The thing is too that I think measures like a big factor in this is like styles, and also like there's like this discrepancy that happens whenever like let's say like somebody like Charles or somebody like Islam, somebody that's big, they see somebody small and they're like,
I'm gonna whoop him.
Yeah, easy. But then you get inside the pocket. Inside the pocket, I have the advantage because I don't have to reach as far back, or I don't have to, put too much movement into what I have to do because I'm shorter. Right? I feel like that has a big play because inside of the pocket, it's always going to be...
in the pocket, the shorter, stockier dude is going to have the advantage. Unless that person's throwing elbows and knees.
They don't ever throw elbows to this dude.
Yeah, Charles hit him with an elbow.
Yeah, Charles hit
him in the exchange for the knockout.
Charles
hit him with the elbow.
Charles hit him with a clean right hand. But
he just ate that bitch.
Just ate it. He just ate it. And then he hit Charles with like a right hand, and then Charles started trying to grapple.
So what I'm hearing is,
and then Charles tries to take him down. He reverses it, gets on top, defends everything that Charles did.
Charles went
almost had him in crucifix.
When Charles went for that takedown, and it was like a 50-50, and fucking Topuria like got into
his hips. That's Greco. That's that Greco-Roman.
I was like, oh shit. And then when Topuria went for that, the calf slicer, I mean not Topuria, when Charles went for the calf slicer, I was like, oh shit. And then Topuria was like,
but he's been through that, bro.
You know it's set up. This is set up. This was going, bro. Islam gonna go fight Jack, and it's gonna go to 5 rounds. It's gonna be hard as hell. He'll beat Jack. He'll beat Jack, and then he'll go back down, and he'll fight Topuria.
No,
he'll fight Topuria after Ramadan, bro.
Triple champ status.
Who?
Okay, all right.
Who you talking about? Topuria? It could happen.
We have to back up because that's a legend. I mean, that's what we all thought was gonna happen. But Topuria actually came out and said he said that he already promised the UFC that after he wins this fight, that he's not gonna go up to the next division like right away.
Just to leave the belt.
Yeah, just to actually have some
have the division move around.
Exactly. Yeah. And so right now, honestly, and Ilia was saying this before the fight. He was like, okay, I want to fight Paddy, but he needs one more. And if you're trying to get him a win, give him Gaethje. He said that.
Yeah, he'll do Gaethje.
He said
he'll choke Gaethje out 20 seconds.
And they're right now. I think according to Driguez Duplessis, that's the co-main for his card.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Paddy and
Gaethje.
I got you. Don't sleep on Gaethje though, because he got them hoes too.
No, that's gonna be a great fight.
He got them hoes.
That's gonna be a great fight. But if you're talking about what's next for Ilia, is it gonna be the winner of that? Is it gonna be Armin who would wait in as the backup?
Yeah.
Or is it gonna be if Islam wins or loses against JDM, he comes back down, or maybe Ilia goes back up? That's the layout. That's like what we're playing with. Because I don't think Islam's gonna beat JDM. I don't think he's gonna beat JDM is.
It's the striking inside, and then also you're going up on a weight class with the guy.
JDM could fucking grapple too. He's not no bitch on the ground.
No, you remember when he did that? That's why what's his name got messed up. Because he couldn't go to the ground.
Bilal got messed up.
He couldn't physically
Gilbert
get him on the ground.
couldn't finish him on the ground. He kept getting up with Gilbert Burns, 2-time Jiu-Jitsu world champion.
We all know about Gilbert though. Gilbert has to get knocked out, do a backflip.
Gilbert's the dude who made Hamzat stand up for 3 rounds.
That's true. Hamzat fighting Driguez.
Kamaru did too though.
True. Mm-hmm. Shout out Kamaru. I was down Kamaru. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Dude, Kamaru just won his last fight.
Yeah, I was down
him against Buckley. You should have watched that reaction.
Bro, no, I was saying some wow. I said if I gave him a knee, he'll still need 2 of them. Yeah, I was saying. Shit. That was awesome.
But yeah, so I think Topuria. He also came out. He said he just comes his walkout, how he was smiling and shit, running to the octagon, happy as hell, already celebrating before he even got in there and fight. He said he just came to collect his belts. That they're already
that was cold.
They're already won in the gym, and that shit's true, bro. That shit's true. That's why you.
Now, what if he lost?
That's why you should be able to go out there and fight free.
Why do you think a lot of fighters don't say that before?
Because they know what. Yeah. They know what if.
And when you have that confidence, it's the same thing I was telling you. When you build the streak and you have this confidence behind you, you're like, there's no adversity that can overcome my mentality right now. There's nothing that can beat me because you already know, like, dude, I already won this.
Yeah.
I won this shit in the gym.
I'm not winning this shit in the cage. I'm winning this shit walking in here knowing what I've done and everything that I've done. Bro built like a $5 million gym in his house, bro.
And the thing is, he even said it afterwards too. Even if I lose, my preparation to get here was a victory in itself. It was a victory in
Y'all
itself.
believe in Topuria, bro.
But that's the. I mean, he's just saying go to shit right now.
He's saying a lot of stuff that we believe in too.
And doing
That's true.
go to shit.
It's hard for me, bro. I don't know. He done killed 4 of the people, like I said, I believe in. So I'm getting there, bro. How many people can I say I'm gonna throw at him? Like, dang, he done knocked out. Damn.
Nah, it's bad.
It's a John Jones. But Conor, this is the problem. Conor was getting knocked out towards the end. That's the thing. That's
I mean,
how
it happens.
remember.
You can't win forever, right?
No, but you gotta leave.
Especially now when you doing
I think
cocaine and shit. Like,
John Jones left when he was hot. Well, you gonna remember him leaving. He beat Cyril Gane and
I think he fucked himself over by
John.
Yeah, with Tom Aspinall.
Yeah,
I truly
I
I believe that truly because like I'm a super John Jones fan, like super like, and I always said I think he could beat him. I think he'll beat the shit out of Tom, but him like doing this shit and carrying it out for so many months since November of last year, carrying it out like that, dude. I love John Jones. Like I like look up to him. He's like a big inspiration to me, and like for him to do that and carry himself out for so long. I was just like, dude, you should have just left, won the belt and left.
It's a 40-year-old man.
Yeah, I know that, but that's what I'm saying. If you know you're past, if you know you're done, just leave. Nobody's gonna judge you. But
he wanted to see if he can get the real boxing bag.
What he was saying was that the UFC told him pretty much just
Hundo.
Be there and take your time and just give yourself some time and hold this belt for us.
And then I saw him getting drunk in Thailand and doing all that stuff.
He was hitting the lady.
He's done.
Yeah,
He's
he was
done.
Yeah, I knew he was done once I saw him like out there drinking. Once like, I think he accepted his fate a while back. He's just carrying it on to carry more like
sponsorships and shit.
Yeah, like more light to his name. It helps you because you're like, dude,
I'm him.
Yeah, I'm making money. He is him.
He is him.
It doesn't change the fact that he's not him.
Everybody was scared to do it.
It just tarnishes your image on other people.
Fact.
Especially because now the UFC, like, it's not like people like me and Noah have been watching. Bro, I've been watching. I remember the first fight I watched was Diego Sanchez versus Clay Guida when they got into that banging exchange.
Yeah.
Dude, that was like the first fight where I was like, and this is like 2010.
Damn.
Long time ago. Dude, I'm like 13
watching
watching it and I'm like, holy crap.
That's
like,
crazy.
Dude, that's sick.
Yeah.
And like, for the purists that watched it back then, like, yeah, you're like, oh man, this is so cool. But now everything is about all these new kids like that are just watching now. All these new kids that are like,
everything's about the casual. Now.
Yeah, everything is about like TikTok and Instagram reels.
Give me a push up right now, dog.
Chill out, bro.
I should make you give me a push up because you didn't lose on this last card. We actually tied for predictions.
No, every time I win, we tie, bro. Every time I win,
so you're not winning then, cuz.
No, but every time.
if it's
ties, I win for him, dog. That's how he feels.
Bro, no, cause he'll make it a tie. Cause that's how he get. That's how he get.
That's how I get down.
Yeah, that's how I get up. He'll win, right? And he'll be good. I'll win. No, we tie, bro.
That's not how it is, bro.
One thing I will tell you about Noah though, he don't like to lose.
Bro,
in the gym, anywhere, he don't like to lose.
Bro, this dude be tripping. I can't never win, bro.
That's crazy.
I'll check it out.
That's a good mentality, though.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna cook him when I get right. I've been prepared, bro. I'm fat now. Let me get to 220. It's gonna be hurt.
Right now is when you should take advantage.
No, it's not gonna work right now. He gonna kick me in the belly button. I'll probably cry. Yeah, my shit.
I'm probably gonna knee first.
Nah, bro, I don't have no nerves from here to here.
Yeah, I said knee.
I don't feel that. You don't see that, bro?
But you have nerves there.
No, I don't feel nothing, bro. I don't feel nothing.
That's
yeah.
Give him a leg kick right now.
Joshua Van, he might be the second youngest champ. If he gets the belt in December, he'll be the second
youngest. John Jones was
champ.
what, 21, 22 when he won it?
23.
23?
Yeah, they would both be 23, or maybe he'd be like early 24 or something.
And he bullied him when he got
it too. Close.
Bullied him.
Hey, what y'all think about? There's somebody that I can't stand. Kai Car France, dude, I cannot stand that dude. Like,
I don't want to talk about Kai.
I see him and
I don't want to talk about Kai.
I want to fucking
slap him. No, look, because you think he old. But look, no, I
just can't stand him. Like, bro, it's so weird to me, like, seeing this dude that's like, who has he gotten dubs over? He's gotten dubs over like scrubs. I think he beat Usyk his last fight.
Who he beat?
Yeah, he knocked out Usyk.
Usyk cool.
He knocked out Cody Garbrandt.
Cody Garbrandt that fights at 135 and dropped down to 125. He's dehydrated.
Yeah, okay, drunk. He beat Askar Askarov.
Who the fuck?
Who's that?
Who the fuck is that?
Askar Askarov beat Pantoja. Askarov was literally the boogeyman of the fucking flyweight division. He was from Dagestan. He was fucking half deaf, but could wrestle his fucking ass off.
Half deaf is crazy.
Either way, though, for me, like, Kai Kara, like, I see him and I'm like, okay, dude, like, yeah, you're good. You're a UFC fighter. Like,
every time he get there,
I respect you, but I'm like, dude, I don't feel like he did, like.
No, I don't think he deserves.
And you know why I don't like him? Because he, like, says all this, like, Maori stuff where he's, like, Maori. And then
yeah.
But I'm like, dude, you're white.
From Australia.
From New Zealand.
It's New Zealand?
Yeah, they're from City Kickboxing. And he's like, oh, I'm Maori. How are you Maori and you're white? All the people from New Zealand and Australia that are white, they're like old prisoners from England. Like, how are you Maori, bro? Like, I understand accepting the culture and stuff, but like going out there and like saying like, cause you seen all the Maori people. They're all brown and they're all like,
and with the tattoos.
Yeah. And he's like, he's white as hell. Like, I don't know if he's mixed, maybe.
Andy said the same thing.
I don't know if he's mixed.
Nah, but we was just talking. You seen Jungle Book?
He said his last name.
We talk about this all the time.
But he's not French.
Bro, sometimes you throw a kid in an environment, bro, they are what they are.
Yeah, that's fine though.
Yeah.
That's fine, and I respect that.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it's like,
it's probably weird.
Yeah, to me, it's just like that's kind of like being like a culture vulture. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't think that though. He was born there, bro.
But bro, okay, this is what I was telling my girl. Let's say my parents were Mexican, my dad got a job in India, and I get born in India, and then I'm like growing up the whole time, like I'm Indian.
I'm Indian.
I'm not Indian.
You'd be right.
No, I'm an Indian citizen, but I'm not bro.
Your ethnicity is Mexican.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
That's for sure. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was something like the whole time I was like, I don't like Pantoja, but I can't wait for him to put his hands on you because, bro, to me he's like very like cringe, bro. Like I just see him and I'm like, bro, you're cringe. Like
everybody hate that shit too.
Yeah.
Askarov. A draw with Brandon Moreno, beat Tim Elliott, beat Alexandre Pantoja by unanimous decision, both of them. Joseph Benavidez by unanimous decision, and then lost to Kai. And then he left the UFC.
Oh, he did.
But yeah, he was 14-0 before he fought Kai. He was a boogeyman for sure. But yeah,
I just can't stand Kai.
No, I can see that.
His ass get up there and be getting cooked. He like a Dustin Poirier.
Beneil Dariush beat Renato Moicano.
What a fight.
That was good.
He did a backflip when he got dropped.
And the crazy thing is, in that first round, Renato looked good.
Bro, Moicano,
he looked cool.
In these last, I don't know if he got older and he was just like, fuck it, my brother, I'm going to throw the money man. Bro, he's been throwing before. I don't know if you ever used to watch Moicano. Moicano was a very heavy, like, grappler.
Yeah, he was the whole time.
And now, this motherfucker's throwing.
If y'all watch the fight, the big difference was he couldn't really throw much towards the end. Them leg kicks, them inside leg kicks. He fucked his leg up early.
Because Dariush is a southpaw as well, so he was just throwing that back leg.
And it hurt, bro. It hurt.
Throwing that back leg the whole time. At the beginning, you know, Moicano, he wasn't feeling it as much, so he could not respect it as much. But then after all the grappling that Beneil was doing, like it was constant grappling. Like I know Moicano was tired. That's why
one thing too about Beneil was fucking jacked for an old man.
He's a big dude,
Beneil was fucking like...
He's a big dude.
A shit brick house. Like
and
his
aggressive.
Fucking... Like, no diddy? Bro, his fucking traps and everything, like the way he's built. Now that he's older, he looks a little like...
loose.
A little more pudgier just because he's older. It's harder, like, as an older man. But, bro, if you see Beneil's build, like... Bro, his top half... It's fucking heavy. Where do you get the power from? That top half, you fucking throw that fucking hand.
He has a bar fight archetype.
Power, but like I loved how he went back to the grappling in this one. And he said he didn't even follow the game. In that first one, he was supposed to. That grappling game plan was supposed to start in the first, but he felt like he was having success in the striking. So why get tired, right? Type shit. But now when he started implementing it, bro, because Moicano has good jiu-jitsu.
Great jiu-jitsu.
Like you saw what he did with the BSD, messing him up in that mount. And then the fact that Dariush could do that, people forgot about his grappling, bro. But I'm glad that he reminded everyone. Payton Talbott got a win. That was good for him.
Payton Talbot be fighting weird.
My God, pretty like a girl.
Everyone thought he was a hoe after that Raoni Barcelos
He's not a hoe.
fight.
Nah, he's a dog, bro.
And he fought a dog in Felipe Lima.
He been fighting since he was a kid, too.
Bro, Payton Talbot's really good.
Yeah.
He just hung out with Frank Ocean and they turned the narrative on him.
You don't want.
He paints his fingernails too.
Yeah.
Who? He be hanging out with Frank.
Who paints his fingernails?
Payton Talbot paints his fingernails,
his toenails too.
You didn't see the music video with Frank Ocean?
He painted his toenails?
Yeah.
Why is it trendy to be?
I should have told you this before the fight.
A lot of
You would've been
Izzy
against
does that now too.
Who?
Izzy paints his nails and stuff.
Oh, we talked about him and Izzy.
Nah, yeah, he gets his nails done.
You remember? No, I'm not gonna keep talking about you. Remember Izzy's? We all know Izzy's all.
Oh, that's crazy.
He was just dancing with the Jabberwockies. Izzy don't want to fight no more, dog. Izzy done. Izzy fought Sean and lost. He said, it's over with.
Gregory Rodriguez slept over.
Oh
Jack
my
Manson, bro.
God, that fight was so beautiful. Gregory's what, like 38?
Bro,
Didn't he kill him?
Yeah.
That was the dude that didn't
something like
move.
Yeah.
That was the dude that didn't
He
move.
slapped
No,
him.
I'm glad they gave
That's
him.
RoboCop.
I remember
It's
I was making the steaks and like I was flipping it over and then like I turned around and he landed that right hand and I fucking threw the steak and I was like, oh,
Threw the steak?
fuck. Yeah, I threw that bitch. I threw that bitch. I was like, holy shit. And they were all like, hey, what the fuck? And I was like, man, fuck this shit. I was like, I already know how to make them. I was like, they're fine. I just wanted to see that, like, because it was like he went forward into the combination and went under and
Mink.
Bro, this dude is he's known to be a grappler.
When has he lost? When the last time he lost?
Nah, he just lost to Cannoneer, and
Yeah.
that's why I said I'm glad they gave him Hermanson as a matchup because that's still a name. Even
bro,
if it's
Jack Hermanson
back-
is a beast too.
Even if it's back from Cannoneer, that's still a name. And the fact that he's been fighting in the UFC a minute now, bro.
Dog.
I think he's what, like 9-3, 8-3, something like that, or 8-2. And I've been wanting him to fight top 5 and get into that title picture for the longest because of the fact that not only is he giant, has crazy power, and can strike, but the dude is known for his grappling.
Do you remember when they
He's known for
split his
fucking grappling.
lip open?
He didn't give a damn.
Oh no, it wasn't his lip. It was
It
his
was his
forehead.
face.
Yeah.
Bro, is that, what's that, 80? That's my dog. Is that 85?
Yeah.
Dog, 85?
Big ass 85.
First of all, the 85, 70, 55, every weight class right now is a damn jumble.
Do you mind if I go to the restroom real quick? Dude, I had done so much blow that morning. I probably did like 2-3 grams.
Yeah.
And I went back home, and I was like chilling in the restroom, and bro, out of nowhere, I just felt everything go down, and I like, you know, when you feel that.
Oh,
feeling,
I know.
and
You
start
go
going like
right
this,
back and you gone.
and then like I started falling down, and I remember I was hearing like my baby girl laugh, and like off of that shit, like I just like I literally just started flexing, and I think I forced all my blood back up because I was about to go out.
Bro, how did you start? How did you get on that, bro? If you don't mind
On the
me
blow?
asking? We may not. Yeah,
It's okay. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm very public about it. I'm very open about it because I want like a lot of kids to learn from it, to not be like hooked on that.
Yeah.
But like my family is like super into that. Like they used to sell, flip it, all that
For
shit.
sure.
We used to have it all around all the time. I got introduced to that shit when I was like probably like 11 or 12.
Oh,
So I was little, and my uncles and my cousins would be like, "Hey, you want some?" I'd be like, "Nah, I'm good."
dog, you was young.
Yeah, I was little, bro. I was a little kid. And like I never did it. I never did it till one time we were at a house party.
Okay.
And I remember
Sure.
I had got into some shit with my girl and we broke up and blah blah. And like back then I was flipping packs and I was like, you know, doing my thing. And I got with these little Mexican dudes and they all went to the restroom. And like I've always been like naturally high energy, whatever. And I remember they were in the restroom and I was like, hey, what are y'all doing? Like, let me come in there if y'all are smoking.
For sure.
And then they're like, nah, like, you don't want to come in here, Mario. Because they already knew, like, this motherfucker's already high energy. He's always fighting. Like, we don't need him on this shit. And so they're like,
He's always fighting.
He was even training.
yeah, and they were like, oh, we don't need you in here.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right. I was like, nah. And I was like, wait, what are y'all doing? And they were like, all right, fucking come in. And then they were like passing the little bag around. And then I was like, I was sad. My girl broke up with me. Blah, blah.
Man, that shit hurt.
I was going through some shit, you
That's
know.
how
You're
that's
like
how they usually have.
16, 17.
No, that shit hurt, dog.
Yeah, you're
shit
fucking hurt. And I was like, hey, fuck it. I was like, give me some. Boom, they put it in my nostril. I go like this. But keep in mind, I grew up with my uncles, my dad, everybody always doing it. So I was like, oh, fuck it. It ain't gonna do nothing to me. And this is back then when it was clean. Now everything has fentanyl in it.
Oh.
And so
Ooh, that fentanyl, boy.
I remember I got my left nostril and they were like, oh, we have to do your right nostril now. And I was like, all right, fuck it. Do it, right? Bro, so when I was with my girl, right? We had broken up. I left. I was like with other chicks and she got with another dude. And I remember I pieced him up a couple times before.
Oh, you fought the dude?
Yeah, I had already beat his ass.
Right.
Yeah. No. I fought him, well, like when
bullshit,
I
man.
took her away from him again. And basically, like, he came and he was looking for me.
Oh.
Right? And all my boys knew me. Like, every time there was any fights, call Mario.
For sure.
They would call me, bro.
Oh, you was on that?
Yeah.
Oh, you
like, I
on
was
that.
just like, I would be like asleep and they'll call me, hey, bro, we're about to fight. All right, I'm coming.
I'm on the way.
Yeah, and so like that night, like they gave me that shit, right? And he pulls up with him and his boy, that's his cousin, and an old lady. She was like 45, but we were at a house party with like nothing but like teenagers.
Oh, lady.
And so like they called me, they're like, hey Mar, they're looking for you. And I'm like, okay. I was like, what's up? I was like, who's looking for me? And I saw him, I was like, what's up? He was like, nah, I want to get my one back. Like, we're gonna run it. And then I was like, bet. And then that shit hit me. And when it hits you, like, it starts dripping down the back of your throat.
Dripping?
Yeah. Like, it turns into, like, liquid right here because it gets wet. And it starts dripping down the back of your throat. So that's why you see, like, a lot of Mexican dudes, like, they're making it drip down. Because it gets, like, clotted up in your nostrils. It starts dropping down, and I start feeling it. And I was like, all right, bet. I was like, man, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. Hey, so I go outside, right? And I'm thinking my boys are behind me. And like I go outside with him and his cousin and the aunt, and it's just me and them. So the first dude comes at me, his cousin, because the dude was scared. But before, right, I had like a jean jacket, a Levi's jean jacket. I was like stiff.
Yeah, yes sir.
Bro, I always had that swag. Bro. I was like looking good. I throw that bitch off, and like he's coming at me, and I like move under, and he like threw his right hand, and I went, boom, I hit him right, and he fell on his ass. So I'm like on top of him, just like fucking hitting him. At the time, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, right? But I'm just boom, 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 boom. And then like for some reason, I don't know if it was the coke or my instincts or whatever, I feel like a silhouette on my peripheral. So I like move and I look and he throws and I duck under. He fell. So when he fell, I fucking go and I just start fucking boom, boom, boom. I start beating the fuck out of him. And then my girl and like all my friends were like, "Where's Mario?" Bro, the whole time I'm outside whooping 2 people, right? And then the aunt's like, "I'm gonna call the cops. I'm gonna call the cops." See? And I'm like, "Bro, you brought them to fight me." I was like, "You're here with all these."
You're going to jail.
Yeah. And then,
me.
bro, she did call the cops, and they fucking did right after. But as soon as like she started saying that shit, all my boys came outside. They didn't want nothing to do after. I already pieced both of them up by myself. They're like, "Oh, we're gonna call cops," and they fucking dip, and the cops come. And I remember they came, and like. My homeboy always used to have house parties. Always. His parents didn't care about him. And yeah, they didn't, bro. He was having house parties like every weekend, bro.
It's the highest to be done.
Yeah. Dude, it was a 1-story house. I remember the cops came.
Bro,
I climbed on top of the roof and I'm watching the cops all like, bro, this is my first time like 16, 17 doing blow. I'm on top of the roof, like just watching them. I'm like, as soon as they jump the fence, I'm gonna jump over to this house and I'm gonna run to my car and I'm gonna dip. And then like, I remember that was the first time, and then after that, like it got me, like it hooked me, and it like.
I think more importantly than how you got on it is how you got off of it.
Yeah.
Like how'd you?
So I think I was like 21, 22, so I was like smoking a lot of weed. I also had a job where I was making like, dude, I was making so much money. This is like right before I had my daughter and when I had her. Cause honestly, like a sad thing too, like when I had my daughter, I was like so irresponsible, so dumb. I was making a good amount of money. Dude, I remember having my daughter and going into the restroom and hitting it and then coming back out and like just to be awake, to be there. And like, I don't know, just some sad stuff to be like, I need this. Like I have this, well, how would you say, like
desire?
Not a desire, but urge. This thing has such a control over me that I need it for this moment. And I think that's what happens with anything that you get addicted to, is you need it in that moment.
Yeah.
If not, like, you know what I'm saying? Even though your mind is better than that, but I was a kid. I mean, just imagine like an 18, 19-year-old kid being addicted to that. Like, you don't know. You don't know, and you see your whole life, everybody does it. You get introduced to it young, like, it hooks you. And I remember being in that hospital and doing that, and I was just like, what the fuck? Like, I remember, like, later on, I got, like, so addicted to it, like, so, like, into it. Like, I would start off my mornings, I would go get, like, the 40 ounces of Corona Familiar, the caguamas that we call them. I would drink one of those and hit, like, a bag. But I was flipping that shit, too, so I wasn't losing any money. And I was also making great money. And I wasn't losing any money, and, like, I remember doing that shit all the time. And then, like, I started getting, like, bad anxiety. I started getting, like, it wasn't even enjoyable anymore. It was just a habit now.
You need it for this.
It was a dependency. And I needed it because I'm drinking so much, I need to wake up.
Oh, shit.
And I'm waking up too much, I need a drink to calm myself down.
So was it just like you, like, telling yourself, fuck, I need to stop? And
no. So,
just doing it, or?
I remember it was the Tyson No, it wasn't Yeah, it was Tyson Fury versus Wilder, the first one.
Oh,
I went to my cousin's house, and I remember he lived on the 3rd story of the apartments, and I did like an 8-ball with my homeboy before.
Damn.
Yeah.
I feel you.
And I was super into it. And then I had like a half ounce, and we rolled it all up.
Did the weed calm you down?
No, the weed fucked me up even more. It like, I guess it crossed the neurons in my head and made me think like the weed is no longer like calming you down. Now it's bringing you up too. And so like, I just remember feeling like my heart coming out of my chest. And I was just like, dude, I'm about to die right now. Like, I'm gonna get a heart attack. I'm gonna overdose. I'm gonna die. Like, I'm cooked. And I remember my cousin was like, just chill, like lay down. He's like my older brother. God bless him, because he fucking took care of me. He accepted me through all my faults and everything. And he took me into his room. He's like, lay down, chill out. He gave me some milk, because supposedly like milk cuts it out or whatever. And so like I'm chilling, and it's like 3 a.m, and I'm like, hey, let's just go home. I was living with my parents still. We'll go home. I pass out. I wake up, and I'm still feeling like a little anxious, because this is the first time I experienced an anxiety attack. I never knew what it was before that.
Yep.
And then after, the next day I wake up, and I had a shitload of weed, and I was just like, I'm gonna go smoke. I'm gonna calm down. And I just want to lay down and chill the rest of the day. And my girl's like, okay, go do it. Like, it's fine. And I remember like my baby girl in the room. Dude, I remember going to smoke, and it just made it worse. I think my neurons were already crossed. And like anything that I was taking to affect my mind was affecting my mental and affecting like my body. And so like I remember I hit it, and I was like, you gotta take me to the hospital. And I remember I went to the hospital. They did like EKGs, they did like blood work and everything. And they were like, what did you do? And I was like, well, look, I did a lot of cocaine, and I smoked a lot of weed, and I was drinking. And I was like, one of the 3 fucked me up. And I was like, I'm never gonna do it. And I remember like I was good for like a month. I came out of the hospital. I went to like I went to therapy. I went through all that shit to try to help me. For a month I was fine, and I went out to drink with my homeboys. We actually drank in front of my parents' house. And then I hit on my plug. I was like, hey, like, I know I'm not fucking with that shit no more, but just bring me a bag, because I'm like a little drunk right now. I need to wake up. I hit it. I just hit one little baby fucking thing again.
It fucked you up bad.
Cooked. Just one.
Damn, bro.
Compared to doing like 3 grams in a day to doing one little hit, and I was just like, dude.
It's in your mental
thing.
So what made you like actually
After that,
be able to stop?
After that, I stopped completely. I haven't touched it since then. I was like 21, 22.
Good shit, bro. Good shit, bro.
And I kept smoking after, but then with smoking, I started dissociating. So like in my own head, I would lose myself, and like some scary stuff would happen to me, like super scary, like suicidal thoughts. Like I remember one time I was like smoking by myself, and then I was like, go outside and like run into the street and kill yourself. And I was like, what the fuck? Like literally, I would hear a voice in my head, and I was just like, no, bro, what the fuck? I'm not gonna do that shit.
And he's not the first person I've heard like talk about things of that nature.
Yeah, that dissociation is what fucked me, because I was hearing something else that wasn't me.
Nah, that's scary, bro.
It's a different
I bet that shit's scary.
It's a
bro.
different like alteration of reality.
Woo!
Like everything like
go back alive.
For a long time?
I would say from the time I was like,
I'm talking about seeing stuff like.
Oh yeah, 12 hours, bro. 12,
oh no,
14
hell
hours.
no, that's too.
12, 14 hours.
Bro, that's a long time.
No, it's way too long.
12 to 14.
Super long.
That's
like shrooms. I can understand it's like 8 or something like that, but
I heard shrooms. If you're like a
16 hours
continuous usage of shrooms, it's like a 4 or 5 hour trip, and then it's a come down. Because the come down is different too. I also did a lot of ecstasy. I did a lot of Molly and stuff. And I was like super addicted, bro. I was a loser. Like I thought it was cool at the time, but it was like some lame shit that I was doing.
And so it was that last experience with the
with the weed.
With the weed or whatever that got you to stop doing everything.
Yeah. Well, I still drink a lot, but I feel like drinking to me, it just gets me drunk, and then I go to sleep, and I wake up and keep going. But the mind altering drugs, like the ones that like mess with your head, like weed, acid, cocaine, all that stuff.
Because the reason I'm asking so much is just because, like, for people watching this who like are struggling with something like that, it's like they're probably just looking for that one thing. And I feel like what you're kind of telling us is like, look at your life. Look how it's affecting your life, and maybe that'll be enough to, I guess, like push you in that right direction.
For me, luckily, I had my kids and my wife. I had them to help me through it, and I still struggle with some battles like alcohol. I feel like I drink too much sometimes, but I still got that under control. I go to work, I go train. You know what I'm saying? I do that, but the other stuff would get in the way of like I would get too high or I would do too much acid or too much cocaine where I'm like, oh, I can't go to work or I can't do this. Like just to think like the cocaine got so much in the way, I didn't go to work for like a month, and then I got fired. I lost my job. I couldn't get in anywhere because of how I left and everything, and it just fucked me up. And when it starts getting in the way of like your life, that's when it's like becoming an issue. But there's something that I've always believed is that you're not gonna quit until you want to quit.
For sure.
When you want to quit, then you'll accept it. There's like I quit cigarettes one day to another. I quit weed one day to another. I quit everything one day to another. But it's when you want to quit. Because if you don't want to quit and you want to keep having fun,
then you're not gonna have that.
You're not
gonna
have that drive.
Especially if you're doing it for someone else. Like if you're doing it because someone else told you to do it, you're not really gonna do it because it's not something that you actually decided for yourself. It's different like doing it for someone else, being like, damn, I gotta take care of my kid or I gotta do this. But like doing it for someone, I don't think that works either. Like
yeah, I don't think so either. That's why I've always said like I've always been very like prominent. I speak to all my younger friends and everything and saying like it's okay to have fun, but don't overindulge. And once you start overindulging, and if you do realize that you do, that's when the time that you should call it for yourself. Be like, hey, I need this. I need to stop this for me, and not just for like. You know what I'm saying? The enjoyment. Once the enjoyment of the drug or whatever it is that you like to do is over, stop because you're only doing it out of substance.
Spite.
Yeah, out of
dependence.
A habit. Yeah, dependency.
Right.
I've been lucky to like been able to deal with that, and I know like the day that I want to quit whatever I want to quit, I can do it. It's just that like I always said, it's when you want to. It's not. Bro, my mom and my dad can come up to me crying, and if I still want to do it, I'm still gonna do it.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? It's when you want to. It's always gonna be when you want to because it's like with anything in life, like nobody's gonna do it for you. Obviously, your parents help you in your early years and everything, and they push you. But after that, when you're an adult. Especially as a man.
Dog, they don't tell you.
Especially as a man.
Dog, that's the importance. That's the importance. It starts off when you're this big, bro. Cause, bro, my dad has told me my entire life how hard it was gonna be when you gone, dog, it's over with. Cause nobody care about our feelings. Yeah. Nobody do. And when we talk about, I can only really talk about my feelings with Pops, bro. Cause he's the only ones that's gonna understand me, bro. You see? Nah, I can try with y'all, but y'all not gonna really get, cause y'all living y'all different battles, like you said. But like you said, remember how you said it starts with you? It does start with you, bro. And then your family is gonna help you. You see your babies, they look you in your face, bro. You wanna be better. You got to, bro. I saw your old lady videotape you while you was sparring the whole time. That's
she
bro.
pushes me.
And she believes in you,
dude. I'm gonna tell you this.
Oh.
When we first got together, before I had that like successful business that I left, there was times where I was making like $200-$300 a week, and we have a baby girl and she needs diapers and stuff, and like I was selling and making money, but at the same time I was spending it just like I was getting it. And I remember like, bro, we were living at my parents' house, and I was like 19, 20, no money, like nothing, and I was just like, what the fuck am I gonna do? And she pushed me to get a career. And like same for her, like I always pushed her, like, dude, go do what you want to do, I'll pay for it no matter what. Like if I have to go get 3 jobs, 4 jobs, I'll go do it. But that's one thing that she always did. And you know, we all make our mistakes and everything, but she fucking, even now, like people ask her like, you don't get nervous when Mario goes and fights? She's like, why the fuck would I be nervous with all the shit this motherfucker's done?
She done
she's
seen
like,
the
yeah,
whole,
she's
she
like, I already
it.
know.
She's seen it.
Yeah, and so
like
for me, I feel like that backbone of having her there for me, like. Before, when I was younger, I wasn't like super religious, but now like I am super religious, and I feel like everything in your life happens for a reason. And I put like all my glory to God. It's like when you have that belief, that backbone, when you have a woman that supports you, it's like the best thing in the world, the best thing. And I think, you know what I'm saying, I made a lot of mistakes when I was younger, and like I feel like God put my daughters in my life too to be like, you're gonna learn from what you did, and you know what I'm saying,
shape up.
Yeah.
He got a funny way of stopping you.
Yeah,
he got a funny way, dog.
Now, now, like, dude, I have like 2 beautiful like baby girls, and I'm just thinking like, thank God I train. Thank God I train, because whenever they're 18, 19, they have their boyfriends, they come through with all the posters and my belts on the wall, they're gonna be like, fuck.
What's up, villains? New episodes of the Will vs. the Way Uncensored MMA podcast drop weekly. Make sure to check out our most recent episodes and latest interviews that we've had on the channel. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.